Popular struggles and movements. Introduction. In this module, we shall study about popular struggles and movements that have influenced the politics of the world for many years. These movements and struggles have had an indirect effect on the world politics through pressure groups and movements. We shall discuss how those who exercise power are affected and influenced by different pressures exerted on them, and how they try to balance these conflicting demands and pressures. Popular struggle in Nepal. Part 1. Nepal is a landlocked country in South Asia. Nepal can boast of having 8 of the world's 14 highest mountains, including Mount Everest. It established democracy in 1990 and became a constitutional monarchy. The king was recognized as the head of the state by the constitution of the country. However, on June 1, 2001, King Birendra was killed in a mysterious way, and his brother Gyanendra inherited his throne. King Gyanendra was not ready to share powers with the parliament of the country and wanted absolute powers for himself. In February 2005, he dismissed the entire government and assumed full executive powers. He stated that he had done so to prevent the Maoists from gaining power in the country. Popular struggle in Nepal. Part 2. In January 2006, all the major political parties came together and formed a 7-party alliance, SPA. The Maoists also joined them and organized a mass protest against the king. Thousands of people also supported their movement and came to the streets to protest against the king. Foreign pressure also increased on the king to give up his power. Finally, in April 2006, the king announced that he was giving up absolute powers and the power would be transferred to the people. The seven-party alliance chose Girija Prasad Koirala as the makeshift prime minister of the country. Ultimately, as a result of the election held for the Constituent Assembly in May 2008, a republic with a multi-party system was established in Nepal. The Maoists formed the government with Prachanda as the prime minister, or the head of the government, and Rambasan Yadav as the president, or the head of the state. The executive power is exercised by the president, the prime minister, and the cabinet, while legislative power is vested in the Constituent Assembly. The struggle for democracy in Nepal is a source of great inspiration for democrats all over the world. Popular struggle in Bolivia. Latin America is blessed with an abundance of fresh water. The region contains 4 of the world's 25 largest rivers. Bolivia is a poor country in Latin America. The World Bank pressurized the government to give up its control over municipal water supply. Bolivia granted a 40-year privatization lease to a subsidiary of the Bechtel Corporation, an MNC, giving it control over the water, on which more than 500,000 people survive. After privatization, the company increased the water prices by 3 to 4 times, affecting the poor people of the country. This resulted in non-payment of bills by the poor families, and in turn, the company disconnected their supplies of water. Also, the flooding dramatically increased due to neglect of pipes and infrastructure. This led to a spontaneous protest by the people of the country. In January 2000, various labor, human rights, and community leaders joined together to protest against the privatization of water. They organized various strikes in the country. Eventually, the agitation of the people forced the government to agree upon their demands, and the contract with the MNC was called off. The water was transferred back to the municipality at the old rates. This struggle against the privatization of water came to be known as Bolivia's water war. So this is again an example of people's struggle against the establishment, which has severely influenced the policies of the region. In the next module, we will try to draw some parallels between the struggle that took place in Nepal, that of Bolivia.